Let's talk about Vlad III, also known as Vlad the Impaler. He was born in Transylvania way back in 1431. His dad, Vlad II, was a knight in a special group called the Order of the Dragon. This group, started by the Holy Roman Emperor, protected Christians. Vlad III was born in Sighisoara, a busy trading city in Transylvania, which is now part of Romania. Vlad's early life was pretty rough. His dad, Vlad II, had to deal with tricky politics in Wallachia. Wallachia was right next to the growing Ottoman Empire. Vlad II promised to be loyal to the Ottomans to keep his throne safe. To prove he was serious, he sent his sons, Vlad III and Radu, to live with the Ottomans. Vlad III grew up in the Ottoman court. He learned how to fight and how to be a diplomat. He also saw how cruelly the Ottomans treated anyone who disagreed with them. These experiences shaped Vlad and made him ruthless, something that would define his time as ruler. In 1448, Vlad III became the ruler of Wallachia for the first time. But it didn't last long. He was kicked out the same year by enemies who had help from Hungary. Vlad spent the next few years away, planning his comeback. He finally got back his throne in 1456. He really wanted to stay in charge this time. Vlad III had problems both inside and outside Wallachia. Inside, he fought against the boyars, powerful nobles who didn't like him. Outside, the Ottoman Empire was always a threat. Vlad needed to make his position strong and show a united front against the Ottomans. So Vlad III did some extreme things to increase his power. He got rid of his rivals, especially the boyars, whom he saw as a threat. He also wanted everyone to obey his rules, so he made strict laws with harsh punishments. Vlad III became famous for his brutal punishments, especially impalement. This meant putting a sharp stake right through a person's body. The stake often went in through the bottom and out through the chest or mouth. Victims died very slowly and painfully, sometimes taking days. Impalement wasn't just a way to kill people, it was meant to scare everyone. Vlad used it to terrify his enemies and his own people. He often impaled lots of people at once, leaving rows of bodies along the roads. It was a horrible warning to anyone who thought about opposing him. Vlad was cruel in other ways too. People said he liked to torture his victims. There were even stories about him eating dinner among the impaled bodies like it was nothing. Tales of his cruelty spread all over Europe, making him known as a brutal tyrant. Vlad III's reign of terror ended in 1476 when he died fighting the Ottomans. No one knows exactly how he died. Some say his own men betrayed him, others say he was killed in a big battle where he was outnumbered. Even after he died, Vlad's legend continued. Stories of his cruelty and bloodlust went all over Europe. Over time, these stories became even more dramatic and exaggerated. He became a scary figure in folklore, linked to vampires and other creatures of the night. Hundreds of years later, Bram Stoker used Vlad the Impaler as inspiration for his famous vampire Dracula. Dracula is a fictional character, but many of his traits came from the real Vlad III. The name Dracula comes from Vlad's father's title, Dracul, which means dragon in Romanian. Vlad the Impaler's legacy is complicated. He was a brutal tyrant who terrified his people, but he was also a skilled military leader who defended his land against invaders. His story is still fascinating and horrifying, showing us the dark side of what people can do.